Hello students, today we are going to discuss excretion in human. So what does excretion means? Excretion means removal of harmful metabolic waste outside the body. In human, for excretion, human excretory system is involved, and human excretory system consists of organs like pair of kidneys, pair of ureter, urinary bladder, and urethra. We are going to discuss it step by step. So this is the figure of human excretory system. This one is pair of kidneys. It is located on the back side, dorsal side, on the either side of vertebral column. This one is ureter, urinary bladder, urethra. So all the blood containing metabolic waste like urea, creatinine and salts will come across through renal artery inside the kidney, and kidney will filter it with the help of 1 million nephron it has, and after filtering it, all the filtered blood will go outside from the kidney into the body through renal vein, and whatever urine is formed, it will be released from the kidney into the urinary bladder through ureter, through a pair of ureter, and urinary bladder will store the urine for a temporary period of time. It is a muscular bag-like structure, and when it is filled, it will contract and all the urine will be removed outside the body through urethra. And the process of removing the urine outside the body is known as micturition. So now we are going to study structure of nephron and their function. So that is urine formation. Urine is formed inside the nephron, which is structural and functional unit of excretory system. When we draw the structure of nephron, it contains a cup-shaped structure known as Bowman's capsule, which elongate to form neck region. Then it will form the cow-like structure that is called proximal convoluted tubule. Then a loop is formed, that is Henle's loop. Then a distal convoluted tubule, and at last a collecting duct is formed. So we quickly label it. This one is Bowman's capsule. This is proximal convoluted tubule. We can say PCT. This one is Henle's loop. and this one is distal, last portion, distal convoluted tubule, and this one is collecting duct from where urine will be diluted out. Okay. Now next, it contains, this Bowman's capsule contains bunch of, or we can say group of blood capillaries, hair-like thin blood capillaries, which is known as glomerulus. Minute blood capillaries are present inside the Bowman's capsule, which contains pores, minute pores. This one is glomerulus. This glomerulus or blood capillaries extends and forms a network of blood vessels surrounding the nephron. It will form a network, net-like structure, or we can say network-like structure around the nephron, surrounding the entire nephron. You can draw it. This will be formed a network of blood vessels surrounding the nephron. These are the blood vessels. Now we will discuss how urine is formed. Urine is formed by three steps. Steps of urine formation. We will discuss steps for urine formation. It is divided into three steps. First is ultrafiltration. Second is selective reabsorption. And third and last is tubular secretion. When we discuss ultrafiltration, in ultrafiltration, blood is pumped inside the glomerulus under high pressure, under immense pressure. And due to the immense pressure of the blood, most of the plasma of the blood containing nutrients, like glucose, small amount of proteins, amino acids, and excretory waste like urea and creatine will be leaked outside the glomerulus, outside the blood capillary, through the pores present in the blood capillaries into the Bowman's capsule. So what happens in ultrafiltration? Blood is under the high pressure in glomerulus, and due to it most of the plasma containing nutrients like glucose, proteins, vitamins, and excretory waste will be filtered or leaked outside the glomerulus in Bowman's capsule. In Bowman's capsule. Clear? And this process is known as ultrafiltration. So now, due to ultrafiltration, all the plasma containing nutrients and all the excretory waste is now present in the Bowman's capsule, and this filtrate contains we can say glucose, small amount of protein, vitamins, water, waste like urea, creatinine, etc. And this all the things present in the Bowman's capsule is known as filtrate. Clear? And now this filtrate passes from Bowman's capsule to the neck region. This region is neck region. From neck to proximal convoluted tubule. From proximal convoluted tubule to Henle's loop. And from Henle's loop it passes to the distal convoluted tubule. During which, when this filtrate is passing this tubular part of the nephron, most of the useful substance like glucose, proteins, vitamins, water, etc. are reabsorbed by the blood vessels surrounding the nephron. So this process is known as selective reabsorption. So in it, most of the useful substances from the filtrate is reabsorbed when filtrate is passing from tubular parts of nephron. So when this filtrate reaches at the distal end of the nephron, or we can say distal convoluted tubule, most of the filtrate, all the useful substances from the filtrate are reabsorbed. So glucose, protein, vitamins, more amount of water is reabsorbed. Now the filtrate reach here contains small amount of water and excretory waste like urea, creatinine, etc. And during which certain amount of harmful substance like ions which are not required now, certain amount of salts, excess salts, certain amount of medicinal drugs, if any, will be secreted near the distal end of the nephron, and that is called tubular secretion. It is a small step, tubular secretion, in which certain amount of excess salts, small amount of medicinal drugs are secreted at the distal convoluted part of the nephron. And now when filtrate reaches near the collecting duct, it contains water, urea, creatinine, salts, excess salts, ions, etc., which will form urine. This whole substance will collectively known as urine, which will be eluted out from the collecting duct. So all collecting duct of all the nephrons open at renal pelvis region of the kidney. All the collecting ducts of all the nephrons opens at renal pelvis region of the kidney, and urine is eluted in the renal pelvis region of the kidney. From renal pelvis region, urine will be passed through ureter in the urinary bladder. That we know, that we already discussed. From renal pelvis, it will be passed through the ureter, and from ureter it will temporarily stored in urinary bladder, and from urinary bladder urine will be passed outside the body through urethra. So what we have discussed in urine formation? We have discussed 3 steps of urine formation. First is ultrafiltration, second is selective reabsorption, and third is tubular secretion. In ultrafiltration, as we have discussed, blood will be passed in the glomerulus under high pressure, and due to it, most of the plasma containing water, nutrients, excretory waste will be leaked out through the pores present in the glomerulus in the Bowman's capsule. Now, second is selective reabsorption. In selective reabsorption, most of the filtrate from the Bowman's capsule will pass to the tubular part of the nephron. Yes, then during which most of the selected particles like glucose, vitamins, which are required by our body, it will be selectively reabsorbed by blood vessels surrounding the nephron. And third step we have discussed is excess salts are there, ions are there, medicinal drugs if any are there, then it will be released near the distal end of the nephron. At last, when the filtrate reaches near the collecting duct near the distal convoluted tubule, it contains urea, some amount of water, creatinine, iron, salts, etc., which will collectively called urine, and it will be removed outside through collecting duct in the renal pelvis portion of the kidney. From renal pelvis it passes through the ureter, and from ureter it will temporarily stored in urinary bladder, and it will be removed outside the body through urethra. Okay, thank you.